expression of the district.
Hello, I'm John Kraft. As your superintendent of schools, I want to personally welcome you to the 2025 Northside Independent School District graduation ceremonies. This year, more than 7,600 students graduate from our high schools. It is a momentous occasion for them, but also for their families, friends, teachers, and administrators. The graduates did not reach this day alone. As each senior crosses the stage and receives his or her diploma, I know you'll watch with great pride. Through the years, they have relied on the encouragement, love, and support from everyone in their lives. I'm so proud of all of our graduates. On behalf of the Northside Independent School District family, we wish them good luck as they begin the next chapter in their lives. We also congratulate them on their achievements. I hope you all enjoy this special day.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Samantha Lloyd. I am the class president. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remain quiet for the presentation of the colors by the O'Connor JRTC and the singing of the national anthem by the Bella Voce Health Careers Choir.
dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to welcome you to the 38th commencement ceremony of Health Careers High School Class of 2025. It is also my pleasure to introduce our distinguished guests, the Superintendent of the Northside Independent School District, Dr. John Kraft. The members of the Northside Independent School District's Board of Trustees, Board President, Dr. Carla Duran, Board Vice President, Dr. Sonia Hasso, Board Secretary, Mr. David Salcido, Trustee, Laura Zapata, Trustee, Dr. Carol Harrell, Trustee, Ms. Karen Freeman, Deputy Superintendent of NISD Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Janice Jordan, and our principal, Mr. Jay Sumter. To all family, friends, and faculty who have made this day possible, my name is Fatima Alsfar, and I am pleased to serve as your Student Council President today for one final time. When I first began to write my speech, I wondered what experience of the past 4 years was worth mentioning. I am sure that you, like me, have not forgotten the long nights spent poring over last-minute essays and assignments. But these memories are not nearly as bright in my mind as they had once felt. Rather, they are overshadowed by what surrounded me then and by what surrounds me now, in the 200-some seats in front of me and the many faces around us. If there is one idea you remember from my speech, let it be this: love to your full extent, and when you feel, do so strongly. Perhaps this will mean facing difficult emotions during tense times, or tearing up when it is time to say goodbye, but we will be better for it. For when we lead our lives this way, it is not just a change in ourselves, but a shift of perspective entirely. You will learn that below the surface, everybody has love to give, and everyone deserves the chance to express their sentiment. As we move on to our next era of life, be prepared to find new bonds, to feel new emotions, and to experience both brighter and darker moments. But please, do not forget the familiarity of love and of the places, people, and things you love. Let it fuel you, and for all that you do, be genuine and be a version of yourself that you may always be proud of. So finally, I would like to acknowledge our admin and teachers for pushing us one great step closer to who we are meant to be. I would like to recognize my best friends for the laughs, late-night phone calls, and lengthy talks we've shared. You have kept me sane. And most of all, to my parents and brothers who have spent my entire lifetime teaching me what it means to be alive, to be loved. Qala Imam Ali alayhi salam. It is the closest of closeness is the affection of our hearts. Thank you, and please welcome the young woman we all know and love, our wonderful class president, Samantha Lloyd.
Good evening, families, friends, faculty, distinguished guests, and fellow graduates. My name is Samantha Lloyd, and I am beyond honored to be able to stand in front of you today and give this speech on behalf of Class of 2025. First, I want to thank you all for trusting me to be your class president. On my first day of school, I told my mom that I wasn't going to fit in, but you all have made me feel the complete opposite. I wouldn't have wanted to go along this journey with anyone else. It has been an honor to watch us become the people we once only dreamed of becoming as children. If you know me, you know that this day has been a very scary day because this moment marks something we all knew would come, yet never quite prepared for. And that is confronting the inevitable truth that we are growing up. We're no longer kids. The truth is, some of us are moving out, some of us are leaving behind the only life we have ever known. And for all of us, no matter where we're headed next, there is a new sense of independence that comes along with moving this tassel from left to right. And yes, that is scary, but it's also liberating. This is the start of discovering who we are outside of the routines and comfort zones that shaped us. We'll learn new lessons, not just in classrooms, but in life. We'll face challenges that test our strength and patience, and we'll uncover passions that may have been sitting quietly inside us all along. It's okay to feel bittersweet. In fact, that means you love something deeply. But change isn't about forgetting what was. It's about carrying it with us and letting it guide us towards something new. Change does not erase memories. It transforms them into the foundation of who we become. So soak in this moment and remember what you have right now. You have people here for you, sitting in the stands, sitting in the chairs around you, and standing here at this podium. You may never have this again in the same way, but that's exactly why it matters so much. Always be present and let yourself feel everything, the fear, the joy, the nostalgia, and the pride. Hold on to these memories as they hold on to you. Remember the ways we lifted one another, pushed one another, and grew together, as that is something time cannot take away from us. Before we go our separate ways, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to the people who make this journey so meaningful. To my fellow class officers, Alexa, Jack, Jocelyn, Maya, and Nikki, I couldn't have asked for a better group of dedicated individuals to work alongside this year. To our class sponsors, Mr. Molina and Senora Taboas, thank you for your patience, time, and effort. You guys have been the steady hand behind so many of our favorite memories, and nothing you do goes unnoticed. Thank you to Filipino Culture Club for giving me more than a sense of belonging. You gave me pride in who I am, something I had never truly felt. Being your club president was not just a role, it was an honor, and I am forever grateful for all the friendships we have built. Thank you to every teacher I've ever had for seeing in me, challenging me, and believing in me when I was not capable of doing so myself. Thank you to my best friends, my people, for keeping me grounded. I believe with all my heart that we'll stay close no matter where life takes us. Lastly, thank you to my mom, dad, grandparents, and family for being my foundation. You've given me more than I could ever fully put into words, and your sacrifices have shaped me into the person I am today. This moment is just as much yours as it is mine. Mahal kita, and I love you. And finally, thank you, class of 2025. Congratulations once again. I now have the honor of introducing our lovely National Honor Society President, Isabela Guerrero.
Good evening, parents, teachers, loved ones, and fellow graduates of the class of 2025. My name is Isabela Guerrero, and it is a wonderful honor to stand before you today as your National Honor Society president. Standing here today, I feel a sense of sonder, the quiet realization that each of my classmates carries a life as vivid and complex as my own. I wonder where their paths will lead and how in time I'll miss them more than I expected. People always say, you'll miss high school someday, and I checked, but that day is not today. But still, every moment still meant something, because now we're not just leaving high school behind, we're stepping into the future. A future that holds leaders who will choose to lead with heart and purpose. So whether or not you're a member of the National Honor Society, every student here embodies the quiet strength of kindness, the resilience to persevere, and the extraordinary power of compassionate leadership. In a world often overwhelmed by ego and noise, may we always choose a path to have humility, empathy, and grace, regardless of the paths we've walked or the backgrounds we come from. And if you ask me, the class of 2025 exemplifies all of these ideals. Because beyond titles, accolades, or honor cords, what truly defines us is our humanity. And let me remind you that humanity is not a weakness. It is our greatest strength and keeps us grounded when life speeds up. It's what reminds us that behind every success is a beating heart. Behind every stranger is a story, and behind every face is someone who just wants to be heard. Behind me, I stand here today not just as a student, but as the proud daughter of Mexican parents, Marisa and Miguel Guerrero, who gave me everything, not through riches or ease, but through quiet sacrifice, fierce love, and an unshakable belief in my future. Their courage flows in my blood, and their hope guides every step towards the future they dreamed. Mami, papi, hoy me presento ante de ustedes no solo como su hija, sino como el reflejo vivo de su lucha incansable. Cada paso que doy lleva el eco de su perseverancia, de esos sacrificios silenciosos que nunca pedirán reconocimiento, pero que han construido mi camino. Ustedes me enseñaron que el verdadero valor no está en lo que se ve, sino en la fuerza del corazón para seguir adelante con amor y dignidad. Los adoro mucho y gracias. And so, I stand here today with the courage to ask each of us to reflect on those who stood behind us. Today isn't just about those walking across the stage, but also the loved ones in the crowd whose quiet, unwavering love made this moment possible. So seniors, I ask you to take a moment, look into the stands, find those faces, and to simply say thank you. And to my best friends, thank you for the memories and for teaching me what real friendship is. I love you guys. As we step into the unknown, my hope is simple, that we carry our humanity with us and lead with kindness, porque la amabilidad es un regalo que no cuesta nada, pero enriquece tanto a quien la da y a quien la recibe. So I can't help but wonder lastly, seniors, if the measure of being human isn't in how we look, love, or live, but in how gently we treat those who need kindness the most. Congratulations, class of 2025. God bless and thank you. I now have the wonderful honor of introducing your salutatorian, Aisha O'Brien.
Thank you, Isabella, for the introduction. Good evening, families, friends, faculty, and graduates. My name is Aisha O'Brien, and I'm honored to stand before you today as your class salutatorian. Thank you for being here today to celebrate not only our academic achievements, but to recognize how far we have come and to witness who we are becoming. Class of 2025, today marks the end of our high school journey, but the beginning of the rest of our lives. Throughout the past 4 years, we have all experienced our own challenges. Yet what defines us is not the difficulty of the obstacles, but the resilience with which we've met them with. And I hope that we can carry that same spirit with us beyond these walls. At some point, each of us has said, I can't wait for high school to be over. Now that that time has come, are you ready to move on? Or are you like me, who just wants a little more time, wishing that you took advantage of being a kid with no responsibilities? If I have learned one thing, it's to hold on to every opportunity and to cherish every person before everything will be just another memory that you wish you could relive. Our lives are full of lasts that we never realize, but they're also full of firsts. Don't spend your time waiting for the next big thing while all the little ones go by unnoticed. As we stand here today, wondering what comes next, going from the structure of high school to a future full of unknowns, it may seem scary to imagine starting from the beginning again. However, don't let nostalgia blur your view of the present. We are meant to grow, so embrace it. Don't pass up opportunities out of fear because you owe yourself the chance to change. As we go our separate ways, remember one key thing. There are infinite paths to the same destination, none better than the other. The path that you imagine for yourself right now may not be the one that you actually end up taking, and that's okay. There is no one right way for your life to go, so we don't need to get stuck on what should have been. Now, before I cross this stage, I want to take a moment to thank those who have helped me reach here. Thank you to my family. Your never-ending support and love has been truly irreplaceable. Thank you to our teachers, administrators, and staff who have each been a stepping stone, eventually leading us to walk this stage today. Thank you to my best friends and Bo. You have been my lifeline, and I am forever grateful. As Taylor Swift once said, the scary news is you're on your own now. But the cool news is you're on your own now. Now please welcome our valedictorian, my best friend from birth, and the most dedicated person that I know, Anushka Jain.
Thank you, Aisha, for that beautiful introduction and for your lifelong friendship. I've truly had the time of my life fighting dragons with you. Good evening, families, friends, faculty, and most importantly, fellow graduates. I'm Anushka Jain, and I'm so honored to be here today, speaking to you as your valedictorian. From the moment we stepped onto campus for freshman prep day to now at graduation, we've grown and transformed in so many ways. We've become the unique, resilient individuals who found their way to this very day. The small halls of health careers will always be our home, even as we venture out to do great things. We've got a head start on those great things because we already set the school proud of record. As senior year came to a close, I found myself reflecting on these past 4 years. The tears, the late night FaceTimes, the laughs, and everything in between. One idea was always on my mind, the butterfly effect, how one small choice can lead to so many unexpected changes. It amazes me how something as small as choosing the last open seat in a classroom can lead to a lifelong friendship or rivalry that you'll never forget. Every decision, every twist of fate has shaped us. Everyone tries to write their own stories, but somehow an invisible pen often creates plot twists we could never have imagined. It's easy to get hung up on what could have been, wondering how things could have gone differently, replaying moments we wish we could change. But instead, I want you to think about what can be. Carry the past with you, both the good and the bad, but don't let it weigh you down. Look forward, and don't spend your life chasing that invisible pen. Instead, take hold of your own and write your next chapter with purpose. Do it all for the plot of your story. As one chapter ends, another begins. This year was full of lasts, our last classes, last lunches, and last walks through the halls that we've known so well. But it's also full of firsts, first grasps of independence, first moments where we get to shape the world around us. I have full faith that every single one of you will make a difference in this world, and I cannot wait to see you succeed. Graduates, rooting for your success, there's a support system behind each and every one of you. I want y'all to take a moment to acknowledge everyone who helped you along the way. For me, a few special people come to mind. To my family, thank you for all the sacrifices you made for me. I would not be here at this stage today without you. To all my teachers, each class I took was a completely different learning experience that could really never be replicated. Healthcare has definitely prepared all of us for the next steps of adulting in college. Finally, I would like to thank my best friends, Aisha, Amti, and Thea, the Warriors, and lastly, the Bros. I was enchanted to meet all of you. Class of 2025, if I could leave you with one thing, it would be that the best parts of life aren't always the big wins, but the memories that are made in the process. So in the wise words of Taylor Swift, take the moment and taste it. You've got nothing to be afraid of. Congratulations again, seniors. We did it. But this was just the prologue. The rest of our stories are yet to come. Thank you, everyone.
Aisha O'Brien, will you please come forward? Board member David Salcido will present this award. Aisha O'Brien graduates with a 103.48 grade point average. She will be attending UT Austin and intends to pursue a degree in biology. Please help me recognize Aisha O'Brien's parents, Nanditi and Nitin O'Brien. Will you please stand and be recognized? Anushka Jain, will you please come forward? Board member Dr. Carla Duran will present this award. Anushka Jain graduates with a 103.77 grade point average. She will be attending Johns Hopkins and intends to pursue a degree in biology. Please help me recognize Anushka Jain's parents, Sonal and Nitesh Jain. Will you please stand and be recognized? Congratulations to Anushka, Aisha, and their parents. I would like to also recognize the class of 2025 for earning a combined total of $14,402,448 in scholarships and counting. Dr. Kraft, you have heard the accomplishments of this class. I am pleased to recommend to you the students among the class of 2025 who have met the graduation requirements of the Northside Independent School District and the Texas Education Agency as graduates of Health Careers High School. Will the graduates please rise?
Thank you, Mr. Sumter. Good evening and welcome to this exciting event which recognizes and honors the culmination of hard work, determination, and achievement by the students standing before us. To the members of our audience, we thank you for the contributions you have made to the success of these graduates, as we know a quality education can't happen without the partnership between the student, the family, and the school. Graduates, I know your parents, grandparents, friends, teachers, and loved ones in this building have not only supported you, but have made such tremendous impact on your education, which you will forever cherish. Graduates, we hope that your experience in the Northside Independent School District has been positive, and you deserve to enjoy this important milestone and sacred ceremony with all those here that are here to celebrate with you. With that, on the recommendations of the administration and staff of the Health Careers High School, and by the authority and power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the Northside Independent School District and the state of Texas, I hereby confer upon these candidates who have met all graduation requirements the Northside Independent School District High School Diploma, and hereby declare them graduates class of 2025. Will the graduates please come forward for the presentation of diplomas and awards? Again, congratulations, graduates. We are so very proud of you.
Anushka Jain. Aisha O'Brien. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from Virginia Commonwealth University, Anvita Alanki. Anjali Chabra. Recipient of the Army ROTC Scholarship from Creighton University, Mia Favela. Anshuman Chowcharya. Neelish Chaudhary Nalapaneni. Vedant Patel. Recipient of the UTSA Top Scholar Program from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Jessica Malikova. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Gabrielle Eden. Julia Navarro Adamos. Promise Adebimpe. Recipient of the Purple and Gold Scholarship from the University of Washington, Seattle, Alexa Aguilar. Cristian Aguilar. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Abigail Elizabeth Aguirre. Recipient of the Texas State Merit Scholarship from Texas State University, Fatima Ahmad. Arturo Alegría Jr. Recipient of the Department of Art and Art History Scholarship from the University of Texas at Austin, Isabella Almanza. Recipient of the Questbridge National College Match from Questbridge in partnership with Oberlin College, Fatima Fuad Al-Safar. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Isabella Alvarado. Jeremy Alvarado Vallejo. Claire Miriam Ver Amugawan. Maya Anan. Recipient of the Baylor Distinction Award from Baylor University, Aiden Gabriel Baez. Recipient of the Academic Presidential Scholarship from Augusta University, Tanvi Bandaru. Recipient of the Academic Excellency Scholarship from the University of Houston, Cade Bartow. Recipient of the Presidential Scholar Award from Western New England University, Alton Felix Becker. Recipient of the Madeline Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Adonis Mario Bentoncourt V. Dia Rao Bila. Michelle Brown. Jared Hunter Burdett. Carmendy Joy Burhans. Recipient of the Merit-Based Scholarship from Baylor University, Ethan Jacob Cadena. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Eileen Cano. Recipient of the Texas Academic Decathlon Scholarship from the Texas Academic Decathlon, Jack Allen Cantelli. Anthony Nguyen Cao. Kiara Cardona Ruiz. Catherine Grace Castro. Recipient of the George Pepperdine Achievement Award from Pepperdine University, Vanessa Diane Cavazos. Ben Cervantes. Pranav Chowdhury. Naveli Chavez. Recipient of the San Antonio Medical Foundation Scholarship from the San Antonio Medical Foundation, Sebastián Coronado Garza. Recipient of the Dean's Award for Academic Excellence from Abilene Christian University, Brianna Lynn Gonzalez de Vlieger. Recipient of the Distinction Award from Baylor University, Anthony Michael DeRose. Recipient of the University Scholarship from Case Western Reserve University, Anaga Sai Devulapalli. Paige Doolin. Avanti Shri Dharani. Estelle de Veradia Santa. Athalia Diaz. Recipient of the Science Education Award from the Texas Biomedical Forum Valerie H. McNutt Memorial Foundation, Atarv Dingle. Recipient of the Baylor Distinction Award from Baylor University, Lakshita Diwakar. Amelie Driscoll. Recipient of the International Undergraduate Award from University of Sterling, Rowan Duncan. Alana Yingyi Yong. Recipient of the Merit Scholarship from Howard University, Jaden Emmanuel Edwards.
Lila Utana Elbley. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas San Antonio, Ishani Enian. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Emmanuel Escamilla. Recipient of the Merit-Based Scholarship from Baylor University, Alexa Lee Escobedo. Recipient of the Merit Scholarship from St. Edward's University, Lillian Escobedo. Alyssa Fernandez. Recipient of the Hope Scholarship from Schreiner University, Harmony Love Flores Brown. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Benicio Franco. Recipient of the LIU Merit Scholarship from Long Island University, Brooklyn, Christopher Lee Fuentes. Marley Elizabeth Galaviz. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Charzelle Emily Gallegos. Itzel Alexandra Galvan. Jose Garcia. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Haley Mae Garrison. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Sydney Marie Garrison. Prisciliano Garza. Ricardo Garza Rios. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from Houston Christian University, Olivia Noel Glazer. Gianna Victoria Nualia Gomez. Juliana Angela Vasquez Gomez. Diego Joaquin Gonzalez. Recipient of the Honors Collaboration Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Rachel Gonzalez. Caleb Jose Grant. James Gregorich. Briseis Tobar Guadarrama. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Isabella Guajardo. Recipient of the Bordeaux Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Isabella Guerrero. Tiona Faith Kanaya Guevara. Recipient of the President's Scholarship from Trinity University, Novom Gupta. Gage Michael Gurule. Jeffrey Harris. Recipient of the Vice President's Scholarship for St. Louis University, McKenna Rianne Harrison. Sarah Hassan. Elizabeth Mary Helm. Emmanuel Hernandez. Catarina Hernandez. Laura Hernandez. Madison Lynn Hernandez. Yasmin Hernandez. Mario Hernandez Diaz. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Zoe Herrera. Evaristo Noel Hinojosa. Recipient of the Merit Scholarship from St. Edward's University, Razan Hinojosa. Isaac Hoffman. Rebecca Hung. Antonio Alberto Infante. Leanne Mohammed Ismail. Jeremy John JJK Karuvala. Recipient of the Terry Scholarship from the Terry Foundation, Alden K. Joseph. Hridi Kadira. Anish Kolva. Rajiv Kamareddy. Recipient of the Gator Nation Merit Scholarship from the University of Florida, Samika Kanaskar. Abhi Katapatina. Zarin Elizabeth Kaya. Recipient of the Presidential Merit-Based Scholarship from Texas Tech University, Kaylee Helen Kiefer.
Recipient of the National Merit Scholarship from Texas Tech University, Colin Kearney. Recipient of the Undergrad Academic Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Nabiha Khan. Chloe Kim. Julia Kim. Leilani Alia Knott. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Prabhat Kadadi. Recipient of the Capstone Scholarship from Howard University, Temi Koike. Dominic Lisik Koziel. Recipient of the President's Scholarship from Trinity University, Samita Kura. Hannah Linus. Recipient of the USA Rice Video Scholarship from USA Rice, Helen Lan. Srilasya Lanka. Noel Lee. Recipient of the Bordeaux Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Favor Leakey. Jordan Leonard. Recipient of the Bordeaux Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Bennett Lenore. Rosa Luis Valero. Isabella Latka. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Sarayu Lokesh Kumar. Jericho C. Lopez. Carla Lopez. Marissa Lopez. Natalia Vivian Lucero. Recipient of the Navy ROTC Preparatory Program Scholarship from Fordham University, Isaiah Anthony Garcia Luna. Asal Mahnabian. Recipient of the Academic Excellence Scholarship from the University of Houston, Zikra Majid. Evan Alexander Ajax Mancias. Reese Preston Marquardt. Anthony Martinez. Joaquin Alcibrides Martinez. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Nadalyn Michaela Martinez. Julia Maxwell. Recipient of the Army ROTC Scholarship from the ROTC National Scholarship Board at Wake Forest University, Charlie Thane McCaskill. Recipient of the Chick-fil-A Remarkable Futures Scholarship from Chick-fil-A, Caitlin Lee McClellan. Riley McCord. Hugo Mendez Jr. Valerie Mendoza. Ethan Mora. Kareem Mobasher. Amara Kimani Mumford. Recipient of the Horatio Alger Scholarship from the Horatio Alger Association, Inan Muntaha. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Odie Naylor. Recipient of the Triple J Family Foundation Scholarship from the Triple J Family Foundation, Nikki Nguyen. Alina Lily Olivares. Enlisted in the United States Navy, Julia Rose Palafos. Tiffany Lauren Payne. Debbie Lorente Pedrosa. Lillian Diane Pena. Joel Perez. Teresa Jo Perez.
Jocelyn Kat Mi Pham. Recipient of the MOAA Scholarship Funds Education Assistance Program from Military Officers Association of America, Hannah Fan. Hoyana Fan. Recipient of a full tuition academic scholarship from the United States Military Academy, West Point, Joshua Phillip. Alana Pineda. Dorani Pola. Ayano Pontones. Ariana Marie Puente. Recipient of the Trinity President's Scholarship from Trinity University, Olivia Raffanello. Recipient of the Baumberger Endowment Scholarship from the Baumberger Scholarship Funds, Sofia Ramirez. John Gabriel Ramos Fraticelli. Anton Remandaban. Alexandria Perales Ricarte. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from Texas Lutheran University, Abigail Richardson. Lilia Robertshaw. Eamon Rowley Rodriguez. Marisol Rodriguez. Marley Ruth Ann Rognes. Analisa Rosado. Annabelle Han Ross. Emily Ruiz. Recipient of the Provost Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Daphne Ceballos. Recipient of the Merit Scholarship from the University of Colorado, Denver, Zuleika Sadiq. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Aubrey Raven Salazar. Recipient of the Tandon Scholarship from New York University, Mariko Nita J. Lagon Sanchez. Inez Santamaria. Maya Savage. Zion Joel Segovia. John Simpson. Recipient of the Dean Scholarship from Rutgers University, New Brunswick, Nadia Sinha. Recipient of the President's Scholarship from Trinity University, Emma Rose Snell. Graciela Spencer. Recipient of the Distinguished Presidential Scholarship from the University of Texas at San Antonio, Sharon Sudarsi. Avnish Sunapar. Isabel Taylor. Recipient of the Santa Maria Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Madeline Elizabeth Deo. Amy Tai. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from New York Institute of Technology, Meghana Thirumala. Zoe Tovar. Huyn Tran. Sebastian Trevino. Recipient of the Bordeaux Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Jaslyn Grace Valencia Azua. Recipient of the San Antonio Conservation Society Scholarship, Albert William Van Cleef V. Recipient of the Bordeaux Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Kira Vasquez. Recipient of the Merit-Based Scholarship from Baylor University, Shivashakti Velayutraj. Recipient of the Baumberger Endowment Scholarship from the Baumberger Endowment, Alyssa Joyce Villarreal. Christopher Webb. Recipient of the Madeline Scholarship from St. Mary's University, Marissa Leticia White. Holly Aither Witten. Recipient of the Dean Scholarship from Texas Christian University, Randy Lee Williams, Jr. Paige Wright. Recipient of the Arthur Schultz Scholarship from the University of Portland, Omar Zuniga Sanchez. Recipient of the Presidential Scholarship from the University of the Incarnate Word, Samantha Ellie Marie Lloyd.
Please stand for the alma mater.
Like the phoenix long forgotten, rising from the deep, we now rise from halls of learning, destinies to keep. Raise the colors, carry forward, blue, white, maroon. Wave above us now and ever, health, careers are school.
Please join me in the tassel ceremony. Seniors of 2024, graduates of 2025,